Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another toy room review. So Cards Against Humanity reached out to me again and they wanted to send me another product to review. I was a little hesitant, but I'm never going to say no to Cards Against Humanity because I love all of their products. But if you guys remember, last time they sent me an actual jar of mayo with Cards Against Humanity cards inside of the jar of mayo. It was one of the most unique and strangest unboxing experiences that I've ever had, but you know, it was a really cool product, I guess, and interesting. So I was kind of wondering, what were they going to send me this time? A jar of pickles or like something, you know, something crazy like that? But it was actually something very simple. So you guys are pretty much all familiar with the regular Cards Against Humanity. This is probably one of, if not the most popular card game in existence, and pretty much like every card game that comes out tries to emulate what this one did. So they sent me this version, and this is tiny Cards Against Humanity. And there's no other way to describe it other than exactly what it sounds like. It is literally this version, the regular standard version of Cards Against Humanity, shrunken down into this tiny form, which is really crazy when you think about it, because everything that's in this giant box, all the number of cards and everything that you get in this box comes in this little tiny box as well. Now you gotta wonder why, how? So why is very simple. Let's say you're just a minimalist. You want the card game, but you don't necessarily want something that takes up all this space. You don't want, you know, something, maybe you want something on the go to play in the car on road trips. Maybe you're about the van life and you actually live out of your van. I watch a lot of videos on van life, and trust me, saving space is the key to the game. So maybe you're somebody like that needs to save as much space as possible. Well, this way you can actually get all of the features of Cards Against Humanity, the standard version, in this tiny form factor without having to make any sacrifices other than size. But even with this being so small, you really don't lose out on any of the benefits to having the full-size one. It just comes down to, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to have the bigger size cards, or do you prefer to have these smaller, tiny versions? So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the tiny Cards Against Humanity. It's actually interesting that it doesn't actually say anything on here that says like tiny Cards Against Humanity. Now, to be fair, before you take the shrink wrap off, the shrink wrap does have some stickers on it that say like tiny, but it would have been nice if they put on here somewhere like tiny or miniature Cards Against Humanity, because obviously once you open it and take the shrink wrap off, well, then you don't see the tininess anywhere. But I mean, you can tell this literally fits in the palm of your hand, whereas the standard one does not. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm not really gonna go over, you know, in depth how to play Cards Against Humanity, because I feel like everybody knows it, but I'll kind of give a brief example. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at the tiny Cards Against Humanity. All right, you guys, so before we open this, I just want to show a comparison of the size. So this is obviously the regular Cards Against Humanity. This is the tiny version, and you can see just how small this is compared to the standard version, which is just absolutely mind-blowing and insane. But other than that, they're literally the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and actually open this up and pull a card out of here so you can actually see the full-size card. We'll just get a black card, and then we'll get the tiny version, which you guys need to see. Like, look at this, look how cute this is. It's like, it's so cute, it's so small, it's really funny. So go ahead and take a black card out, and now you can actually see the difference in the sizes. Like, they are incredibly small, but not to the point where like you can't make out obviously what's on the card. You know, me being from the distance that I am, I can see both like equally as good. Obviously this one is a little bit smaller, but you know, I can see them no problem. So yeah, that's the difference in size. It's really honestly crazy that they were able to pull this off. So now with that comparison out of the way, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the tiny one. I'm just going to take the full-size one and put it to the side. And now here we are with the tiny version. So like I said, you have literally all of the same cards. They are just in a smaller form factor. If the camera would focus, there we go. So just a much smaller form factor. But I mean, it's not like small to the point where it's like uncomfortable. Like, the form factor is good. The text size maybe could be a little bit bigger. I have really good eyes, so I can see this perfectly, but maybe somebody who can't, you know, see as well as I can, they may have a little bit trouble. And I just feel like you have so much more space on the cards that maybe they could just made the letters a little bit bigger. And that's the only thing I will say. Like, for me, honestly, it's perfectly fine, but I could see other people whose vision is not as good as mine just struggling a little bit with it. But I mean, it is definitely playable, not uncomfortable to hold or anything like that. So, you know, you can have your cards set up, you can drop your cards like that, and it just works incredibly well. And I'll just pull out some black cards as well. So yeah, and we'll go ahead and focus. There we go. So honestly, this is such a genius idea, just making like a travel size, miniature size Cards Against Humanity, to take this on the go, to take this on the airplane, camping, on a bus ride, like just anywhere you can think of. Really, you can take this because it really honestly fits like in your pocket if you wanted to travel with it that way. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say about it. It's your standard Cards Against Humanity. It's literally no different than your regular set, other than just being smaller than your normal set. The only thing I will say is kind of like getting everything back in place is a little finicky because they are so small, but I mean, it's not the end of the world, and obviously you can see how that works. And I love the little tray here for it. It's just honestly like the coolest little cutest thing ever. So this is really awesome. I'm a really big fan of this. I would like to see you know, more companies do things like this, not just Cards Against Humanity, but you know, make miniature versions of your games in this form factor. It's really cool, really ingenious idea. So really big fan of this. My only, you know, not really complaint, but I guess like if I had to nitpick, I just would say make the text a little bit bigger because you have all this space here, you know, but I feel like maybe they would have had to like go in and edit every single card to adjust the text or whatever. But I don't know, that's the only complaint I would say, is make the text bigger. For me, it's perfect, but I could see other people struggling with it as well. And there we go. Like I said, you kind of have to finick with this a little bit, but once you actually, you know, get it in, there you go. So there is the tiny Cards Against Humanity. Alright, you guys, so that's going to do it for my review of the brand new tiny Cards Against Humanity. Again, a big shout out to Cards Against Humanity for sending this out for me to review for you guys. This is honestly pretty cool. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. Me personally, I still prefer having the full size set, but it is really cool having this tiny set as something you can take on the go. Like, I'll definitely, if I go camping or something like that, I would rather take this than this big set. It's just easier to go around with, less stuff that you have to worry about, or I guess not less stuff, but less bigger items. I don't know, it's a lot simpler this way. This literally can fit in my pocket. Like, I can literally put this in my pocket of my shorts right now. It's not really any thicker or heavier than my cell phone, so that is really cool. You can just take this on the go if you're traveling, if you even want to do this on an airplane, something like that. So this is a really, really cool concept, and I love that you literally get everything that's in here just in a smaller form factor. So that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That link's in the description down below. And also, if you're interested in purchasing this, I'll have a link down below. I don't get any benefits from me purchasing or whatever, but just in case you guys were interested in this, there will be a link down below if you guys want to go ahead and do so. So that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. As always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.